ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025, at Laven Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 U2 categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
What's good, everybody? This is We-On-Loc Nation coming up with you live. And on Memorial Day weekend, which is, I'm not be long with y'all. But let's get right into it. D.L. Hughley is getting on my damn nerves. And the reason why D.L. Hughley is getting on my damn nerves is because each and every single time an election comes up, it's always important to these Democratic figures, whether it be people on the far left, as far as Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, Roland Martin, all these trick bags. But then when people call you out on it, you're going to go as far as the lowest denominator of where's your school, where's this, and where's that? Do you know anything about politics and shit like that? I just say own up to your shit and let's debate. Now, everybody knows about the situation between Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and Umar. Now, Steve Harvey has been fair. D.L. Hughley is a piece of shit. That nigga has not been irrelevant since 2004. He's held stand-up comedy shows, has not been irrelevant, and quite frankly, he's not that damn funny. I mean, the Mike Epps, the Kevin Hart's, the Dave Chappelle's, all of them will give you kind of funnies. But not this dude. I've been to his comedy special. You are not that special. Okay. The host. I even forgot what the host was. I have it on film. The host was better than all of these people when they came to Las Vegas. But that's beside the point. And the other thing I'm about to get into, I'm gonna get into not a roast session, but I want to have a conversation with ShayDukeJackson. It's overdue. You're starting to get on my nerves. You are really starting to get on my everlasting nerve with your hypocritical, philosophical BS when it comes to Umar Ifatunde. You've been doing it for years. Now I know you're an advocate of D. Durrell, but I don't give a damn who you support, who you supported, who you helped. You've been coming at Umar for years, but yet you have the unlitigated gall to tell him what things he needs to do, what things he should not do, where relatively you ran away from the United States of America. As so America goes, so does, as Africa goes, so do the United States. But there's a lot that needs to be accomplished here in the United States. Why the fuck did you run, nigga? Why the fuck did you run? You ran over there not to really build anything, but you just went over there and got bitches. You just went over there to get bitches. But Umar can't take a picture. Umar can't take a picture with a female. Come on, bro. Come on. This is pathetic. This is really pathetic. I don't know too much, but if I start digging on Mr. Jackson, if I do my due diligence and do my research on Mr. Jackson, am I going to find anything good? I don't know. We will see. And then depending upon my mood and depending upon the day and the week, if I have to come out with some of the dirt that's been on the internet on you already due to Mr. Mike TV, and I'm not a big advocate of Mr. Mike TV, but needless to say, when he does research, that's all he does is research. I believe you call them receipts. Okay. So let's not be hypocritical here, Mr. O'Shea. I'm not here to drag you, but you really need to cut the shit out, bro. If I have to get so big as to call you out politically, drag you, do whatever I have to do to get you to cut the shit out, then that's what I'm gonna have to do. Ifatunde is not your problem. Let this be a warning. Let this be a lesson, and let this be a warning to those, even in the Umar sector. Let it be known, even in the AFW sector, let it be known. It's 2024. Anything can be put out there. Anything can be put out there. My stuff has been put out there before. It made me know, never mind. But if we're going to do it, let's do it. If you don't think the people in the Umar sector, people in the AFW sector can be ousted out, which it has happened before, think again. I'm really getting sick and tired of all these people. We have other things that we can talk about. But Umar is your bread and butter. Oh, and black women, of course. So, and oh, by the way, since you took it upon yourself, Mr. D.L. Hughley, back to you to call out Dr. Umar and and say the things that you said. He called you out and said, well, since you want to do it in Wilmington, Delaware, do it in Wilmington, Delaware. Let's do it. I mean, the gym has been renovated for over 3 years. Let's do it in the gym. The gym is big enough. We can set up chairs. We can set up like a conference desk or something, a microphone, whatever you want to put in there. You have been challenged. And then, of course, his response was kind of bland. That's the word I'm looking for. You know how Chef Ramsay, the actual chef from Hell's Kitchen, when he checks your food, he gives a taste test and he goes very bland. That's what your comeback was. Very, very bland, sir.
Steve, DL, and Ricky, I want a debate. DL Hughley, will you debate me on your radio? Let's do the debate. If Omega Sci-Fi, if my brothers of Omega Sci-Fi, who I love and respect, want to host a debate, it could be an Omega Sci-Fi debate. You can have the purple and gold. I don't care who hosts. I don't care where it's host. I want Steve, Ricky, and DL on the same stage. Keep the same energy, Africans. Keep the same energy. King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Will the real please stand up?
Really, I had a really great time. A little different, from the DNC to Greensboro is a bit of a
mighty difference.
It's a little bit of a. What's up with Dr. Umar? Do you see?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, first off, I've said that dude's name more today than the last 20 years combined.
Yes, you have.
And he's talking about he wants to debate me or Steve or Ricky.
For what?
Why would I want to?
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's what I'll do, Dr. Umar. I'll debate you in the auditorium of the school you were supposed to have built with all those donations.
There you go.
Like that's what I'll debate you in the library, or we could do it in the cafeteria. How about this? We'll debate on the school bus with the kids who are going to the school you're supposed to be built while we're listening to my show.
But look how dumb this is. Why is he so focused on something that really, at this point, it's not?
He wants to be relevant, and you know what? There are a lot of people that he could talk to. Not me. I'm not interested. I don't dislike him at all. I just don't think I don't think he's interesting. I don't think he's interesting. I think that a man who says marry a black woman but won't politically support her is a hypocrite. I think ultimately this dude telling me he's the king.
Okay. Too bad I went to should have stopped at a particular point. One, Mr. Kings of Comedy. There is a particular reason why this man wants to. It's not really a debate. It's really a discussion. But you don't want to have a discussion with him because he's beneath you. You make over. Anybody who makes over six to seven figures over a high bracket versus someone who is a little bit more political than you think very, very low of them, and that's very, very trifling. You didn't have to do it for money. He doesn't want to do it for money, but you rather just go with the flow of things. People ain't doing that no more in 2024. People ain't going for the okie doke in 2024 no more. It's either tangibles or no vote. No tangibles, no vote. But you feel threatened about what Dr. Umar has presented. And quite frankly, you're a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. And I am sad to say that once upon a time, you used to be one of my best comedians, like top 20. You ain't nothing anymore, man. You think you all cool in your radio station, and the broad behind you just talking shit as if she's irrelevant to any of us anyway. But that's cool. Keep hiding. You're a coward, dude. You are literally a coward. You're the one that said you were willing to debate Dr. Umar at his school. Well, debate him at his gymnasium. It's open. It's open. I mean, what? You make over 10, you're worth over 10, 11, $12 million. Why don't you throw a couple of bucks his way? Why not? It doesn't mean anything to you. We're irrelevant, remember? This is what you would do with homeless people. Remember? When was the last time you ever fed the homeless? When was the last time you ever given out to something other than your siblings, other than your family? I've done it for a countless of years ever since I've been in Vegas. Countless of years. Debating is harmless. It shows showmanship, but yet you get smoked. You, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley would get smoked. That's why he said it's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. All they want to do, he's so irrelevant right now. He wants to be heard. He wants to be known. He's very known, sir. Very known everywhere that he goes. Some like him, some don't. Others call him a leader. Others think he's a pander or whatever you call him. So he has pretty much a 50-50 type rate of people who like him and people who hate him. You, when it comes on the comedian side, you may pull out 10, 1,200 when others pull like 3,000 or 4,000 people in seats. Dude, you ain't the main. You have never been the main card before. You just pandered to hundreds and hundreds of people, not thousands, not even millions, not like Kevin Hart does. So, with that being said, will you debate Umar? Will you accept his debate? Will you accept his challenge? You won't, because you're so hooked on a woman who has put hundreds and hundreds of black people in prison. Hundreds and hundreds of innocent black people in prison. The numbers say otherwise.
King Kong consciousness. Does Dr. Umar know that King Kong died grabbing a white woman? Does he know that?
Holding on to a white woman.
Yeah, he died holding on to a white woman. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, missed that one.
Yeah, he died holding on to a white woman. As a matter of fact, all he did to the black women villagers, is eat them as human sacrifices. That's what they did. I think that people who just sell nothing, you know, I don't know what he does. I know he tells people what to do, for who to marry and what to do. That doesn't interest me. And I always ask him for the notion. He bags so much, his hands need to be cups. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I don't know what he does, but why would I?
I just don't understand why anybody would want to take the attention off the most important thing that we all need to be focused on. He don't need to be debating you. He don't need to be debating.
Where would we debate at?
And what you talking about?
And neither one of you are running for office.
That's
so
what
what
I'm
y'all
saying.
debating for?
Oh, none of us are running from office, huh? When was that irrelevant? I wouldn't want to run for office. I wouldn't, because telling the people the truth would get you killed. Doing the right thing for your people is going to get you killed. Yes, that is correct. Doing the right thing for your people, it gets you murked. Look at the presidents. Let's not start with presidents. Look at the people who had suffered and died for your actual right to live. To put the information out there and try to make us relevant. The Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Medgar Everetts. I'm not saying that Umar's that guy. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But we're not asking to put this man in office. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. A president is a damn dictator as far as I'm concerned. The presidents don't even do anything anyway. They don't even make decisions. They don't even make decisions. They make the final word. But you got 11, 12 other people making decisions. All he gets is the final say. They don't make, just like your vote don't count, because electoral colleges, they basically vote presidents 4 years in advance. I'm not getting these people. And this is the reason why I stopped having arguments with my relatives. Because they often say the same thing. Vote because people die for your right to vote. People die for your right to vote. Yeah, and they alternately went in the front lines and they got torched for their rights, not yours. Their rights, not yours. There was a point in time they weren't even going to give you a gun, let alone a knife. So what are you talking about? He ain't even voting for president. He ain't running for president. Sound like one of these old niggas that will say the same shit.
My total point.
There's so many other doctors. I like to talk to Dr. Lavin before I like to talk to him. I like to talk to Dr. J. I like to talk to Dr. Dre. I like to talk
Dr. J, the basketball player.
to Dr. Pepper. I like to talk to Dr. Scholes before I talk to Dr. Umar. It's ridiculous.
Dr.
Do that
Pepper.
on, do that. Yeah, I don't care.
He's pandering at this point. He's pandering at this point because he knows he ain't got the juice. He knows he ain't got the guts. He ain't got the guts to do it. He's not gonna do it, and I don't know why. I don't even know why Ifa is wasting his time. I don't know why he is wasting his time. I don't know why he's wasting his time, because other people aren't afraid to get in the ring with Dr. Umar politically. These people don't. I don't even know. I would ask Ifatunde, if you're hearing me, stop wasting your time, bro. They ain't gonna debate you because they're afraid there's gonna be some money involved, which you ain't even asked for. You asked for a debate, a 1-on-1, a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1. That's it. You aren't asking for anything else. They're cowards. They'll cower to their little radio stations or whatever.
Do that to somebody else. I'm not interested in that. I think it's hypocritical. You tell
Dr. Seuss on line 1.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about what you say. I don't listen to you. I don't. And you take yourself so serious.
The reason why it's fool is because you're a kowtowing, tap dancing, blackface stitched whore. Anybody on the Democratic Party, anybody were to do a Barack Obama, if he were to run again, which he can't because he already did 2 terms. Well, presidents can only do 2 terms. Anybody who's in the Democratic Party, you'll politely bend over and kiss their ass. But now that now that you have close to a woman that hasn't relatively, she would be the 47th president of the United States. If she wins and she is sworn in, she would be the 47th president. And right now, things ain't looking too good for Mrs. Madam Woe. Mrs. Madam Woe ain't looking too good, especially with her cronies in California. I'll play that a little later. But for right now, you kissing a little bit of too much of Kamala Harris's ass.
Seriously, I don't get it. So this is a thing. Why do you think? And I don't think there are a lot. But why do you think that there are some black men who just seem to despise Kamala Harris? You know, I mean, I certainly don't think it's a lot, and I don't think it's a pervasive. But the people who do it are loud.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Why do you think it is they don't like her?
I think first of all,
come on, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the people, and you can.
Whoa, because she has a bad track record, fool. She has a very bad track record. And the one thing, for the life of me, she can't even ask proper questions right. I could care. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. When it comes to politics, I don't like politics. I don't like discussing politics at all. But one of the most random questions that was asked to her, what is a woman? And you can't answer it outright? Quite ridiculous.
Weigh in later.
You better ease back.
So that's what you supposed. That's why I can see why. I can see why people don't like it. I can see why. So 877-242-2426. Why do you think that so many?
Also hit us up on Twitter at DL Hughley Radio or on Facebook, the DL Hughley Show. And the website is the DLHughleyShow.com. All right. Thank you for your patience.
Have you noticed that though? Is it just me? This
time it's not just you. I really do notice it.
Like Dr. Umar, I want to debate you first off.
Oh, look at that, 2 doctors debating.
He's Pan-African, but he begs so much he should be a panhandler. What the hell he is?
Oh my God,
begging ass. I said we'll debate in the auditorium of the school you built. Why would I debate you? Why would I want you on my platform? Why do you think I've never invited you on my platform?
Again, you just talking shit at this point. You don't really want to do it. Why would I do it? Why would I do it? Because your money says otherwise. You would literally kiss somebody's ass, and the person who is actually giving you the money to actually do what you do. But I wonder, has he done anything, not for free? I don't want you to think for free. How many times has he actually been in an actual debate or actually had a discussion without saying these words? Man, you know what you're talking about. Man, you too young. No, you too young to be. You just need to shut up and vote. You just need to shut up and vote. How often have you ever been in a debate where those words have never came out of your mouth? It's come out of Roly-Poly Martin's mouth. And you know what happened to old Roly-Poly Martin? A nigga came and saw him. Nigga, we gonna come see you. We definitely gonna come see you. Like I said, we ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more. Tangibles are no vote. Tangibles are no vote. And there's a reason why my family don't call me on my dad's side. They talking politics to me. Do not. Not at this particular time. No. Because I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. I'm not frustrated. I'm not disappointed. Actually, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed at these dudes for not reading the whole entire book and analyzing her, Mrs. Madam President, Vice President Kamala Harris, for who she really is. Now, I'm not voting for Donald Trump either. Neither one of them are good candidates to me. But you have at least 70% of women actually voting for Kamala Harris. And I see why. Because they think that she is something that she has not claimed to be. Black. One minute she's Indian, the next minute she's Asian, and the other time she is black. We ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe anymore. because she is a black. That woman is not black. Stop. Stop it. She is not black. She is Indian. What in what world has she expressed that she has ever been African American? What in what world has she expressed has she ever been African, Asian, and Haiti, Jamaican, anything? She don't even claim her dad's side, and her dad's Jamaican. So what are you talking about?
Oh, so
You would like it's 6 other doctors. I like Dr. Lavin, Dr. J, Dr. Dre, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Scholes.
Hey, Ellen, how are you? Good Memorial Day or whatever the hell this day is. Good Memorial Day. Good Memorial Day. And you man cover this story. Not good. Oh, he did cover the story, huh? Okay.
And Dr. Scholes, like all of them. I talk to Dr. Pips. I don't care. I don't. First off, I don't like a dude who begs for a living. Like everything is a donation. You can call it a donation if you want to, but beg for a living. Then you have the nerves. First, you'll tell black men to marry black women, but not to vote for them. That's the. And then he's talking about he's the King Kong content. Don't you know King Kong loved white women? Didn't he?
Died. Come on, man.
that was his downfall.
He ate the black villagers. He ate them out and spit their clothes out. He did. He did. All right.
Got a white woman chased to New York and got killed.
And that's the truth. Wasn't more of you was there.
Nigga. Read closely. I got you. Speaking of reading closely, I want you to read between the lines. Every 4 years, do you not, this doesn't even come up, but every 4 years, you got these same idiotic fools that come out of the woodwork, start singing and dancing to the tune of bullshit. Quite frankly, I'm going to tell you how it really is with me. I am getting sick and tired of these Democratic fools begging and pleading for black folks to vote for somebody who has not spoken up for us. Oh, since Jesus Christ, I don't even know how long. But when it comes to this woman, she has a track record that is very bad. And oh, by the way, she has some, I don't know who this is, but wasn't she like a prosecutor in California? I think she was. She was a prosecutor in California. It's not looking good.
Governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your.
The speaker needs to bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. We don't care.
We need to
Bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We've
been waiting for over 400 years.
No tangibles, no vote. No tangibles, no vote. Hi, Mahogany. I'm in my bullshit mode right now. I'm in my bullshit mode. People don't need it. People are not, again, they ain't go for the bullshit anymore. They're just not. And for all the angry mans of the world, all the Antons of the world, we not trying to hear them right now. Because I know that Anton has an issue with Black people getting reparations. He totally does. And I also know that Angry Man has an issue with Black people getting reparations. Or am I wrong for saying that? If I'm wrong, I will subtract my previous statement. While I'm looking for that, let's go back to this.
He shot him out the entire State, but he still didn't let that white woman go. I'm telling you.
Make sure she live.
He body her for your ass.
DL Hughley, you accepted my challenge, brother. You accepted my challenge, sir. You accepted my challenge, King. You said you will debate me on condition that it takes place at the Most Honorable Frederick Douglass and Most Honorable Marcus Garvey Academy. You said in the auditorium, well, guess what, sir? The gymnatorium has been completely renovated since 2021. The gymnatorium of FDMG has been completely renovated since 2021, DL Hughley. We are ready. The gymnatorium is ready, sir. I need a date. DL Hughley, we need a date. We are ready for you, sir. Wilmington, Delaware. Kings of Comedy versus King Kong Consciousness. You can't back out now. You belong to a fraternity of men. No chickening out now, DL Hughley.
So why do you think it is that it's seemingly Black men, some Black men, and I think a pretty good amount. I don't think it's high percentages.
No, it's not.
But they're very loud. When they say, "What has she done for Black people?" Like I heard Jermaine Dupri, he wasn't trying to be, but he's like, "Why did she do what she did?" Don't you understand? She has vice in front of her name. You can't be that stupid. Are you that?
Yeah,
I know you
that stupid.
I know you are so.
Just because she has vice in front of her name, that's what anybody can sleep and kiss ass to get to the top, dude. What are we doing? No, you gotta. We need more than that. Come on, bro. We need more than that. Because she has vice in front of her name. What? Take the vice away. What has she done? What has she done? What has she done? And you're gonna go to celebrities. I know a celebrity that has a way more better opinion than you or anybody else. Let's check it out.
Run like they were working out in front of the White House.
Yeah, they were. They were doing a lot.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah.
She didn't look appealing.
Yeah, fitness, and yeah, in the middle of that fitness campaign, nobody bothered to change the entire eating structure for children altogether. They were doing the fit challenges and still pushing high fructose corn syrup. So basically, you still trying to get us diabetes and then tell them to hurry up and hope that he have a heart attack before anybody find out y'all poisoning the kids.
That was funny you said that, because at first it was, we're going to get these kids working out and we're going to change their school diet. And then it suddenly turned to, we're going to get these kids working out. Because you ain't finna change shit about what these kids eating.
Yeah, but everything that they're feeding them is killing them. Mm-hmm. Let's just be honest. 2/3 of our diets as African Americans in this country is food we were not meant to eat.
Hey, facts.
You are Nigerian. You went home. You see how your people eat.
Not this processed food like this, no. If they can't grow it, they're probably not eating.
They sat there and gave Tiffany Haddish all that shit about posting in the supermarket. But nobody bothered to say that they had just went through famine, that they had just went through a hard time, and those shelves were just getting stocked again. And she was like, look, because everyone told her to bring food with her before she came. See, that's what people don't know about that story. She was congratulating them on recovering for their people so fast and showing Americans how they snapped into action. And instead, it was interpreted as something negative. And then the president of Zimbabwe is sitting there taking shots at her when all she was doing was congratulating him on being a much better ruler than we have over here. I wonder what PR person hit him up and said, this Tiffany Haddish is making fun of your country. Whoopty, 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 whoop. Who is she? She the little guy, the Kevin Hart guy. And now you got the president of a country that you're saying, oh my God, you guys are amazing, dissing you. Like, you know, we need to vote for people that want the truth in this country.
Oh,
it's just that simple.
Oh,
if we want this country to be better, if we want it to get better, then we need to start voting for the truth. And what I can tell you this, for sure, I'm sorry, I don't think that Kamala Harris is an honest person.
Oh. The truth will set you free. Of course she isn't. Because, and I'm trying to actually find the actual video to, let's see. I know what to look for. I know what to look for. Y'all sit there and look at this.
Yeah, we will not be gaslighted.
I just don't think she's an honest person. I think if she really wanted to run on merit, she would stop pretending to be an African American and asking African Americans to pick her up and to carry her across the finish line, when I already know a year from now, if she makes it, she's going to disappoint us and we're all going to be talking about her like shit. But then again, that's what they want us to do.
Yeah, she comes out to Beyonce's Freedom. Freedom. And we're supposed to, fist in the air.
She's asking for freedom from Tutsi, not freedom from tyranny.
Shit.
The simple fact that you find anything in common with a witch, with a woman who was charged in court with practicing extreme witchcraft. That's your theme music? That crazy. Then you bring another crazy bitch that we ain't even sure is all big to twerk in a half top. Twerk for America. Yeah, meanwhile, she's in a video where she turns into a snake, swallowing up little Tory Lanes everywhere.
Okay, we need to hear that part. Oh my God. You got Uncle Luke in the mix. You got Uncle Luke in the mix of things. See, this is why I can't take America. I can't take anybody serious. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. I'll show you. It's a total shit show. Everybody like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm not gonna be with y'all very long because I'm just gonna be eating my ass off tonight on Memorial Day, getting some stuff together because the kids are going back to school tomorrow, and it's going to be a hectic day. Plus, I gotta get to work. Let me see. Today's Monday. Okay, I don't have to go to school until Wednesday. But do like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to to the channel. And if you have not become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel, I please, baby, please. I'm sorry, I'm looking up something. Please do so. Please. I'm definitely looking up something. Right now, like I said, it's not looking too good for Madam President Kamala Harris. It's not looking good at all. But I don't know how y'all people feel. I do not know how y'all people feel. Helen, I don't know how you feel. Mahogany, I don't know how you feel. I don't know how anybody feels right now. They may think Kamala Harris is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And rightfully so. And I'm not going to give you no flack on it. She can't even ask the questions. You might be having questions that these people can't answer right now. You may have the questions and the answers that these people don't have right now. I think I found it. Boom. Here we go. You may have the answers. All these old niggas never have any answers for you except for you need to shut up and vote. You need to shut up and vote. You need to shut up and vote. You're asking young kids to do the exact same thing that the baby boomers went through. You're having to go through what the baby boomers went through, and that's preferably everything but have a voice. They did what they had to do for survival techniques, and they did an absolutely pretty good job. They built infrastructure everywhere that they went for everything to be torn down by white supremacy. When we build it, we need to build it, and we need to build it stronger than it ever has been before. But we have to be on the same page. Not all of us. We have to be on the same page, and this is the reason why I stress organizing so much is because when white people do it, even though they can hate each other, they can have disagreements with each other, but when it comes to that money, when it comes to that, no, freak the hell with money, when it comes to that power, when it comes to that influence, they'll stick with each other until the job is finished. When it comes to these Mexicans that are coming over the border illegally, they had no problem flocking in groups. That's organizing. When these Arabs do the exact same thing, that's organizing. When these Chinese and Japanese and Orientals and Taiwanese, when they come over here, they organize. I don't know what the hell is wrong with us. It's too much horizontal issues to deal with. One of them, stress. The other one, confusion. There's so many horizontal things that we need to fix. And around this time, there needs to be a variety, a handful of people to say enough is enough. We're going to either organize it this way or we're not going to organize it at all. And I believe in Dr. Umar when he says in these words, listen to the words, not him, but listen to the words, organize or die. You want better? Organize or die. You want, I'll even go this far. You don't want the court system to make your decisions for you? Organize or die. You want black men to stay in the homes, organize or die. But that right there is a fight that I'm gonna stay out of. Because apparently y'all got some issues with these men and these women's in the courthouse situation. I never had to deal with that. I will say this. Don't let this particular issue cripple you. Don't let it cripple you for what you truly need, for what you truly are asking for. And that is reparations. If not, we are being owed a very big check. And you know me and checks. I would pretty much prefer land. And a couple of deeds. And a couple of deeds. Some of them deeds we don't have to get back. Some of them deeds we want back. This is the land that our brothers and sisters, our fathers, our forefathers have created. Wrong one.
The Capitol. Okay, they in the hot seat. Well, this is a hell of a time during an election year. Hell of a time to put butter slick. You and me show up, and all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, man. We got to count the budget. I'm gonna take a minute here to show you all that folks.
And that is kind of quite interesting. I have a question to ask you. How is it that all these other ethnicity groups come over here, and when tangibles are being presented, every one of those particular groups who come in here illegally get tangibles, but black people are like the very last to get something? Does that make any sense to you? Please tell me, does that make any sense to you? We're the last ones to get anything? Quite interesting.
So learning some things. Folks are learning some things. They're learning some things, and we're seeing some things. Shout out here for Sir Major, showing them there at the Capitol. Okay, they in the hot seat. Well, this is a hell of a time during an election year. Hell of a time to put attention on you. Ashley Zavala, they're talking to some other folks out there.
The speaker needs to bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Okay? We don't care.
We need to
Bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend, Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We have
We've
to
been
vote.
waiting for over 400 years.
The speaker needs to bring the bills up.
Not as easy as it used to be. Not as easy as it used to be to go ahead and hide them things. It's not as easy as y'all used to have it. Like, I'll be damned. Why y'all have to show up and start talking now? They're like, oh, y'all is inconvenient. Y'all are being very inconvenient. Why do you got to talk about it now? It's very inconvenient. We got an election year. No, you got an election year. B. Rana here, and here's another video.
The process. You don't vote just to vote. You vote because you're getting something or your community is getting something. So everybody that's telling you that, man, look at them and say, what are you getting? Because people that just want you to vote and not ask for nothing, people that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect, straight up. Because a lot of people been in place for a long time and we ain't got shit. That shit gonna end. That shit gonna end. We gonna get what we supposed to get. Period. And anybody asking you not to ask, I wouldn't listen to them. Because that's the process. Every community asks for what they want. And we're going to do the same goddamn thing.
You got folks who are here illegally getting something. What they don't even have a right to ask for nothing. Who are you?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to go back. Now, forget anything that I said about Dr. Umar and coward ass D.L. Hughley. Forget about them. Put them to the side, right? Listen to what D.L. Hughley is saying on his own radio show, which is owned by white folks anyway, but just listen to the words of what he's saying about Kamala Harris and why black people, well, not all black people, why black people are so against Madam Woe.
So different, not so dumb. It's like, well, you stupid. But he's like, why did she do what she enough? Don't you understand she has vice in front of her name? You can't be that stupid. Are you that? I know you that stupid. I know you're so different, not so dumb. It's like, well, you stupid. Well, like literally, don't you know civics? You can't pretend to not. I have a GED and I know civics. Is Mike Pence responsible for Trump storming the Capitol? No.
Right. But I think the difference is, even though you have a GED, you also are curious about how things work. So you were like, you said to me, you decided to read, obviously, once you got out of school.
Once upon a time, you were on the Republican side. But now all of a sudden, there's a woman president and you want to kiss her ass?
School, but you said
you had to do that. That's why people don't like y'all. That's exactly that thing right there.
Anyway, the point is you have a natural curiosity to see how things work. Yes. You want to know what's going on in the world. These people don't know anything about civics, political science. They don't know how the system works, and they don't care. So they get on social media.
We don't know anything about civics. That's because it wasn't taught to us as black folks here in America. But it was taught to everybody else. Civics, etymology, science, although I had science class. People don't teach you specific sciences about, they just teach you how to dissect a frog or some shit. But you need that, etymology, mathematics, science. Those are the most important things other than this dummy English that we end up speaking every single day. I'll go through it again. You need math, etymology, science, civics. Those are the most important things that most teachers don't want to teach you. They don't want to sit. No, hell no. They don't want to sit there in a freaking in today's society. You think they want to sit there in today's society and teach your kids about how things happen in the political world, how civics works, how etymology works, how certain words are taken and flipped around, how you need to sign your own checkbook, how melanin works in this country? No. Why would I teach you that? Why would I teach 20 to 30 kids how civics works, how math works, how etymology works, how science works? And I'm getting underpaid. But we teaching everybody Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, and we're just and Rosa Parks, and we'll be just fine.
They rip headlines and they run with it, and they add their own spite and salt to it.
And who are these darks that call somebody else you sell out, yo on the plantation when you push for a white dude? I'm with the sister, but just come on now.
Are you still talking about Dr. Umar?
No, not this time.
He's not voting for anybody.
He don't vote for anybody. He's just stupid. Like, he is.
Well, a vote, if you don't vote at all, you're still be voting for Trump.
Why do people have to be stupid just because they want to hold their vote? You sound dumb. I take that back. You sound, I can't use the word hung on a tree type of situation, because I wouldn't do my brothers and sisters like that, even though our brothers and sisters have been nuisance around trees for a very long time, and still to this day. And even though it's very rare, it's very, very rare. Wasn't there a boy that was hung like last year, somewhere around there? So I don't want any of these knuckleheads, the chaotic truths of the world, to come in. When was the last time anybody was hung from a tree, sir? We can go and look that up. People seem to think that just because in America society has changed, because we have AI and we have certain opportunities that white people don't want anymore, but for the simple fact that they just want to erase racism, they want to erase prejudiceness throughout. They want, or not only that, they want to erase your history. And I'm supposed to vote for who?
But yeah, it's the same thing.
So that's extra stupid.
It's all these people who think nothing, and they want to sound smart doing it. There's all this, this like, it's like voting purgatory. Like, I'm not, and it.
Are we not supposed to vote smartly? Are we not supposed to think? Hasn't people who were enslaved got punished for thinking? Weren't there slaves back then who got punished for thinking a thought, looking up a thought? You got to be out of your mind. If you think for one goddamn second, dude, that we ain't going for the bull, we're supposed to just go for what we know. I mean, you don't have to vote for common. Just vote. For what? You're not gonna get shit until I get shit. So therefore, we both gonna get stuck in the mud. Now what, nigga? But if you take away, I ain't even heard this. But if you give, say, what's the price? If you were to give each and every single household, I said this before, each and every single household, let's just go 500,000. 500,000 for each and every single household who can trace back their lineage all the way back to slavery time, because we're dealing with injury here. We're dealing with injury. If you can trace it back then, before, you can definitely get reparations. But it's going to collapse the economy. So what? We'll know how to defend for ourselves. We got so much money. We need to be building our own schools. We need to be building our own infrastructure. And by the way, Joe Button, Joe. Oh, Joe, say it ain't so, Joe. I'll get with you in another day, Joe. possibly tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes, Joe. Joe, you miss the point of what the brother Dr. Umar was saying. And I don't know why he deals with these stiff necks. I don't know why. I mean, let's just face it. Black America is not going to listen to anybody. But when the chips are down and things are starting to become too late, they don't want to listen to nobody except for themselves and wonder, why are we not getting anything? Why are we not getting anything? Because the person that told you about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years ago, what we need to be doing. Growing our own food. You got few people who are doing that. Congratulations to them. You got people opening grocery stores. Congratulations to them. You got, don't let me get started with this whole thing. Well, I'll say this. The people in Canada, I need to look up the school, and it's relatively, allegedly the only school that graduates 95% of Black people, because it's relatively 90% of Black people that go to this particular school. I had to look it up. According to Information Man. Shouts out to Information Man, and we need to have a talk. Like I said, I have nothing, no ill wills for Information Man. No ill wills, but we need to have a discussion, my brother. We need to have a discussion. Overall, this is ridiculous.
It's not even just Black men. I think it's Latin. It's more pervasive now because they're on our algorithms. You're from a land far, far away called Nashville. Moy, but what? Oh, you can't hear him. Huh?
I'm sorry.
You can't hear him. It's like UNICEF. What do you say?
So there's a couple of things. When it comes to what I hear about her is, I can't be led by another woman, but especially a Black woman. This is coming from Black dudes. This is coming from people I know. Yeah. Also because
I'm a misogynist and I believe that, and I like misogynists.
No, but also too, it goes back to the fact of, if you're not knowledgeable and haven't done the research, it looks as though she hasn't been in the picture. It's just been Biden. You've just been saying Biden.
Here's the thing that's ironic to me. You voted for a that just was a game show host. And you on the premises of being a successful business who's lost virtually every bit. So let's not. I think I have no doubt. I have chauvinistic ways.
A little bit.
Shut up, woman.
That's perfect.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not.
That's how natural it is. That's how natural
I'm
it
not
is.
proud of it.
Oh God.
You're talking about this same game show host that has had and lost millions and millions of dollars, and this man is 78 years old. Again, I could care. I could care less what he does and how he does and what he does. The most of it he cares about is himself and his kids. But I will say this: he will put certain Black people on the map. The rest of us, he will treat like garbage. And you have the nerve to vote for this man? Remember, I'm not voting for neither one of these people. I would rather, my vote is going to Cory Booker. But you know what? After certain people have gotten on my nerves lately, when it comes to this particular subject, my vote might just swing in Donald Trump's direction. Because how they treat this woman is insane. It's so insane. This is the reason why we don't have infrastructure. You spent over $1 million. I don't even know the number, like over $1 million. Let's just say that, to get this, to support this woman who proclaims that she didn't listen to Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube until 1991. It's the same fucked up situation where Hillary Clinton pulled out hot sauce out of her bag. Where was she? She was at the Breakfast Club when she did that. Y'all can vote for whoever you want to vote for. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. All I'm asking is to think for yourself. There was a time where you weren't supposed to think. You weren't supposed to have a brain. You were supposed to be the dumbest individual when it came to your slave master. Like, you weren't supposed to know everything. But thank God you had your individuals like Nat Turner, who not only was a pastor on Sundays, but he took that very same scripture and he turned it around on the white man. His master got whipped for it. And when his wife died, he ended up killing. He ended up going on a killing spree. He ended up going on a freaking killing spree. Killing not only the men, but the women and the children. I'll say it again. Not only did he kill the men, but he killed the women and the children. I'll say it again. For those who haven't heard, for those who don't read their history on Nat Turner, one of the greatest one of the greatest revolutionaries of all time. One of the greatest revolutionaries of all time. Other than Shaka Zulu. He killed the men that harmed our people. He killed the women who was relatively snitching and tried to get with our men. Tried to get with the black man to get him in trouble. And the children, well, the children were relatively going to grow up and be just as worse as the father. So what do? Gotta let you go. Gotta let you go to meet your maker. He said, oh no, not the children. Yes, the children too. Your children are gonna kill my children. Your children are gonna hurt my children. Not at this day and age, don't even think about it. But back then, when we were working and slaving, and let me give you a little lesson. Let me put you up on game. You know, if you had to, because everybody was separated, and even just like your wife was separated, if you got married in those days and your wife was separated from you, you had to get what was called a pass. Doesn't those passes sound familiar? You know those passes that go to and fro? To and fro. You had, in order for you to not get lynched, you had to get a pass. And the slave master had to write you a pass. Isn't that quite ironic that we have passes today in school? Oops.
And I told you about letting him read while I'm here.
You can't read. What you talking about? What the hell?
I wonder if the men who are this loud and this vociferous in their opposition of her have daughters they love.
I'm sure they do.
Or they have sisters they love, or they have a mother they love. So I think it's very hypocritical. Then say these things about something that could be historically relevant, obviously, but tell your daughter she can be anything she wants. What do you think?
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. And now you don't want to be led, so-called led by a black woman, but you call yourself a mama's boy. You've been led by a black woman, you're grown ass. Why don't you move out your mama house? Why don't you do that?
The only way to fight stigma and shame is to shine.
Oh boy. Good. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, please. Why it keeps coming up.
Why don't you do that?
You don't want to be led by a black woman. Harriet Tubman did all right.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm so dope. I'm so dope. I can see why they picked me to be talking to DNC. I'm telling you. I can see. I said, well, you know what? They went, you know what?
John, the truth is, I mean, we can go down. Hey, man.
It's a lot.
Angela Davis, it's been so it isn't like we haven't been led, you know. I just don't get.
But you and I also had a conversation, and we talked about how a lot of black men, not all,
I'd say a
think
lot,
that they have been left behind, right? Because we've read these studies that talked about how black women are now the most educated, the most entrepreneurial,
loud
in terms of and economic leaders. Say it one more time.
Obnoxious.
Anyway, the point is, I guess if you're looking at it and you're seeing all of these stories and you're watching all of this black girl magic, and it looks like the numbers for you are going the opposite direction, then you see a woman who is black, who is successful, who is now ascended to not only the vice president, but now the presidential nominee, and she's married to a white dude. You're like, what
who is
the
talking
hell?
more than me on my show? Who's doing that?
Because she's smarter.
All right. Here.
Dude, people like this are going to find out pretty soon that this is not a joking matter. I just showed you what could be. When people get real upset and they get fed up, they don't want. I should pull up the part where even Roland Martin found out that, dude, we ain't playing these games anymore. We are not playing these damn games. I mean, you can call us stupid, you can call us dumb, you can call us miseducated, but you get a nigga that is educated and could F you up at the same token, and he's like, oh, I'm dumb, huh? He gonna come see you. He gonna come see you. We ain't falling for none of this shit no more, dude. Let me find that one. Martin got ran. I don't know if I ever showed you that. Yeah, let's see here. Let me see. I'm just going to give me one good second. I'll just go based on this. And let's see. How's everyone doing? And I definitely appreciate for those who are here. I definitely appreciate you guys for those who are here, who are still here. Just do me a favor, hit the like button if you could, please. It'll definitely put a smile on my face. And anything else, it's just definitely put a smile on the face. Plus, if you could donate like $1 or $2, if you can. I'm not saying it, it's like I can't do it, and don't worry about it. But if you can donate $1 to my coffee fund, much appreciate. Yeah, the $1.50 there. Don't ask for much, but I found it, and this is just a little something for all you hook-wink, bamboo. No, not hook-wink. That's the wrong word. I'm so sorry. For all these yes-a-massa Negroes, for all these yes-a-massa Negroes, they say, this dumb, he's stupid. He don't know what he talking about. All them days, it's over. It's over, bruh.
Are you coming to my page calling me dumb and idiot? And then when I approach you, you run. See, when these young voices speak out, seems like the old heads want to chime in. Why? When I see you, it's up.
This is my favorite one. Let me put this on the big screen. This is my favorite one. Shout out to whoever did this video, because it was funny when I first saw it. Let me put it up there for y'all to see. And lights, camera, and action.
Yesterday, you tweeted about you called me dumb yesterday, right? First of all, you called me dumb. Say what you got to say right now. Say what you got to say.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No.
I was American and they said, hey, Chicago, New York, and these sanctuary cities is going to give you immediate resources like this, I would be on the way too. So it's not about them. It's about our leadership and their priorities of us. Because we elected you. We supported you. I ain't support Brandon Johnson, y'all know that. But some of y'all did. But the reality is that y'all supported these leaders. And these leaders are supposed to be working for you. Those folks can't vote. Those folks don't pay taxes. Those folks ain't have ancestors here. Those folks ain't never been to America. You elected these people. You pay taxes. You pay property taxes. You pay income taxes. You elected these politicians to work for you and your children. And the fact that they will leave you to starve. They will leave you to starve even if you're a veteran. They won't care if your children is running these streets because they ain't got nowhere to go. They don't care if you are out there and sleeping in cardboard. Ain't no team gonna come and ask you if you want to go come to a shelter, give you 6 months of free rent. But yet
the nationality of a quote unquote black woman, that black woman does not claim to be black outside of campaign season. So we saw her be black as she was vying to be VP. The hot sauce on the pork chops, the marching with the band, all of a sudden she's paying attention to her AKA sorority sisters. But then once sworn in office, you didn't see the acknowledgement of her sorority or her HBCU. She didn't wear pink, she didn't wear green, she didn't wear anything HU. She also did not acknowledge the Black community while in office. We saw bills signed for Asians. We saw bills passed for migrants, which primarily affect the Hispanic community. We saw bills passed for literally everyone but Black people. So for her, additionally, last thing, after she took that oath of office, she went on record to say that she was the first South Asian vice president. At no point in time did she promote her Blackness. At no point in time does she acknowledge her Blackness. At no point in time does she market herself as a Black woman. And that was when she was Attorney General. That's back when she was DA. That's all the way until she was senator, and of course as vice president. So the fact that, again, she's using this Black card during the election season just so Black people will turn out to vote for her, and then she will, if she were to win, she would be in office and then fail those same Black people who did everything in their power to get her in. I think that's disgusting. I think that's unfair. And I think that that's why I personally reached out to the Trump campaign and asked if I could speak, because I'm like, you guys might be offended when he says it, but what are you going to do when I say it? Because at the end of the day, I am a Black woman. I've lived a Black life, and therefore I pay attention to politics. So I was actually excited for her when she ran for president the first time. Just the fact that she was in the race, I was like, okay, HBCUs, do your thing. But she never acknowledged said HBCUs. In the first 100 days of the administration, they cut funding to HBCUs. She did nothing to support the very people that she's now leaning on to win this election. And I wish that those same people would understand that if they were to support her in this election and she does win, we will see nothing but a repeat of the last administration in which Black people, the same people that everybody touts when it's time to get elected, will also be the ones that are the first to be forgotten about once they're sworn in.
So what are we?
Smile Zemi. The Smile Zemi tablet offers a home.
Oh, boy.
With these young voices, with all this energy.
My word. So when you have a plethora of voices, Black voices, ultimately saying enough is enough. Again, we're not going back to the 90s where, you know, the Bill Clintons and the whatever else's get the excuse for Black people to shut up and go vote. Oh no, I'm in California. Sandra, I think I've seen you or heard of you before, Sandra. I think I have. I've seen you around before. What did she say? I live in California. I am close to California. I live in Nevada. Kamala Harris has always said she was Black. The Biden-Harris administration did not cut funding to HBCUs. Really? That's not what other people say. That's not what other people say. And she hasn't been Black since the last 4 years. So where are we coming up with all this? Where are we coming up with all this? And I know, whether it be Joe Biden, who is a racist, or whether it be Donald Trump, who is also a racist. I heard Donald Trump say he would cut the funding. I heard him say that. I can see Joe Biden doing that shit. But he's already out of office. We don't even have to include him anymore. He's out. He can't even read a damn promo. He can't even read a damn script right now. But I'll take your word for it. I would definitely take your word for it. But I think somebody else would disagree with your statement. Not putting you on Front Street. Anybody who supports Kamala Harris, cool. You support her. I'm just saying, look at the lens. I'm caught up in it. And it's almost about that time for me to eat. But all I'm saying is, look at it through a moral lens. Look at her through a moral lens. What has she done? How she has done it? And make judgments then for yourself. Just don't go to her and say, oh, she's voting. I'm going to vote for her because she's Black. No. Even if she was, we had Obama for two terms, and I made And I made the biggest mistake in my life. I made the most biggest mistake in my life, but I didn't know politics then. No, I don't even know it now. Don't want to know it because, like I said, they're a bunch of trick bags and they're the wings of the same damn fowl. They just sleeping in the same bed together. What up? Share screen.
Here, and then we're going to be discussing this more in depth. Let you know that they're already like, yeah, we think we're already in trouble. What's the trouble? You're about to find out. In her speech accepting the Democratic presidential nomination Thursday, Vice President Kamala Harris offered a withering indictment of her opponent that could constitute a case for her candidacy. Donald J. Trump, she rightly observed, is in many ways an unserious man, but the consequences of returning him to the White House are extremely serious. She asked her audience to consider the power he will have, especially after the U.S. Supreme Court just ruled that he would be immune from criminal prosecution. Just imagine Donald Trump with no guardrails. And now he would use the immense powers of the presidency of the United States, not to improve your life, not to strengthen our national security, but to serve the only client he has ever had, himself. She introduced herself to voters who might not know her personal history, downtown Willie Brown, and spoke of, quote, a new way forward, not as members of one party or faction, but as Americans. Harris did not focus on the fact that her election would mean elevating to the highest office in the land a woman of Black and Indian descent. What? A milestone for a country with a long history of excluding women and racial minorities from political power. But now that the Democratic National Convention is over, the hard work for Harris begins. She must do more than repeat that Trump is unfit. She needs to make the complete case to the American people that she would do more to improve their lives and livelihoods. She must demonstrate her vision for the country and convince voters that she is prepared to be a president of all Americans. She showed she is capable of the task with her commanding performance that gave the lie to Trump's childish denunciation of Harris as a low IQ individual and conveyed the seriousness that Americans expect in their president. Harris was especially forceful in promising that as commander-in-chief, she would ensure that America has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world. In a deserved dig at Trump, she added that I will fulfill our sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor and never disparage their sacrifice. These folks are laying it on thick. You know that you are in trouble when you got to do it like this. I mean, they're not even trying to be subtle. They're like, yeah, we in trouble. We're going to give her the old heave-ho. Pardon the expression. On the war in Gaza, Harris said that I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself. I'm sure that's going to go over great in Michigan. And I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself. I guess her husband.
Hey, that's where I was born and raised. Watch yourself.
Has let her know what side her bread is buttered on. And she noted that she and President Biden are, quote, working around the clock to secure a ceasefire and the return of hostages. But she also said that, quote, what has happened in Gaza over the past 10 months is devastating. She didn't say inexcusable, just devastating. We can all see it's devastating. Is it right or wrong? Significantly, she added that she and Biden sought an outcome that would allow the Palestinian people to, quote, realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination. You could always call up Israel and say, hey, stop dropping the bomb.
So this is the difference between Biden and George Washington Jr., I believe. It was either Junior. No, it was Junior. The difference actually is between the both of them, the actual fact, because Junior and Senior know what war is, at least. What does Biden know about war? What does Biden know about Gaza, Pakistan, and all these other countries overseas? What would they be able to do that George Bush Sr. or George Bush Jr. could not. Not saying that I would vote for any one of them. I would never vote for a trick bag. I would never vote for the racist son of a bitch. Nor would I vote for anybody who can't even answer the question, what is a woman? If you're a woman and you can't answer that question, something is wrong with you. And you want us to be dumb? Oh, hell no.
Her remarks may have fallen short of what some anti-war activists would have liked, but they signaled a sensitivity to Palestinian lives that is too rare in Washington. LA Times, you're already vomiting all over yourself. Give it up. You couldn't defend what she said there. So just give it up. You're already flopping and falling all over yourself. That didn't go over very well at all. Yeah, you can't spin that one. The Palestinians don't want sensitivity. And the people supporting Palestine don't want sensitivity. So yeah, you already went ahead and vomited all over yourself on that one. Harris also promised to revive a bipartisan border security bill that Trump sabotaged. It's not a border security bill. They said you can let through 5,000 a day. That's not a border bill. That's the status quo. And to sign a bill to restore reproductive freedom. Folks, is it reproductive freedom if you're killing the baby? Damn! You're stopping reproduction. That's not reproductive freedom, but okay. And reverse the effect of the Supreme Court's ruling on Roe v. Wade. Trump, of course, has boasted that because of his 3 appointments to the court, I was able to kill Roe v. Wade. Finally, Harris promised that building that middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. As this compressed campaign continues, Harris will be pressed to provide additional details about her policies. She also must, and we're confident she will, biased much, hold news conferences and sit down for interviews. She hasn't yet. Did you all see this? She also must, and we're confident that she will, hold news conferences and sit down for interviews that will allow her to limit out.
Oh, well, let's not forget debates. Has she debated Trump yet? No. She's debated everybody else and lost, but has she debated Trump yet? That would be a very, very, wait a minute. Let me take those berries back. That wouldn't be interesting.
Out her agenda. I think you meant to say line out. But by the way, she hasn't held a single press conference or anything else yet. So think about this. We're confident that she will, but she hasn't done it. She's not doing it today. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Biased much?
And at least Hillary Clinton had the balls to hold press conferences. At least Hillary Clinton had the, let me go the other route with it. She did have the balls and the you know what to do just that. Held press conferences, do interviews, hold press conferences, and do debates with Trump and the other guy. I can't even name his name. Anyway.
Folks, the corporate media is a damn joke. I'm not a Kamala Harris supporter nor a Trump supporter. I'm just a rationality and logic supporter. The American corporate media is a damn joke. Not even a funny one. They are bragging that she won't talk to you. So if you live in those bubbles, because New York is a financial capital and LA is an entertainment capital, and you've deceived yourself into believing that either New York City or Los for you, the article here, don't worry, it's not terribly long. Just like the LA Times, they're already conceding, yeah, baby, you need to do better than this.
Oh, this is the one I was.
So you're talking about her. And the next thing you know, you're mentioning Obama. So you're like, that's the last winner you really had. She can't stand on her own merits. You can't finish this article without referencing these other folk. That's not a good sign for her. If she's so great and so competent, why is it you're not saying, oh, she's smacking it out of the park, everything's great? Because it isn't. He said,
well, you get the point. So, with all this being said, I said what I said. Oh, one last thing. I wanna go ahead and just ooze this out before I go. I just want to ooze this shit out before I go. I don't want you again to just pay attention after all I just mentioned, after all I just showed you. Just pay attention, and we're gonna go back to see if there's any good enough reasoning, because he hasn't even expressed other than it's a vice in front of her name. So the hell what, nigga? I could put a vice in front of my daughter's name and she hasn't done anything yet. And she's way smarter than this lady. So let's just continue. Oh my goodness.
Do it or loud.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Why do you think it is they don't like her?
I think first of all,
come on, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the people, and you can weigh in later.
You better ease back.
So that's what you supposed. That's why I can see why. I can see why people don't like it. I can see why. So, if she's not in his ear, do you think lifting is so there were things? Do you think just like Ketanji Brown Jackson changed some has mitigated some of what the Supreme Court has done? Having someone in your ear that never had thought like that before, that you're exposed to someone who never thought like that before. This man went from a black president, it was a 2-term VP of a black president. He became president. He picks a VP. Now he's trying to help her become president. You don't think he learned anything in that? And there's a reason that the black poverty is at the lowest level ever. I don't really like the black unemployment rate because they say it's the lowest unemployment rate in black unemployment rate in history, but during slavery, the unemployment rate was 0. Everybody worked. So that's not the point.
You had a job.
Right. Whether you was just born. I know.
Wow. Well, you heard it first, folks.
Oh, but you can hold this basket. I know that.
So
I've heard any number of people that try to tell you that Vice President Harris, she's Indian, and they will quote, many newspapers that say, well, it's the first Indian vice president. You can be two things. One dude went on to say her mother's Indian, but they didn't talk about her father, who is from Jamaica, whose last name is Harris. Harris is an English name. What do you think a Jamaican would get a name like Harris from? Oh yeah.
He would be classified as white. Freaking imbeciles.
English people, people from England took people from Africa to Jamaica for the slave trade. They're talking about biracial. It's funny because the very people who
see, that's the thing. People like that don't like to classify themselves as African American because they won't get anything tangible. If you put it as white, you're gonna get it tangibles. Are we not seeing this? Anybody who comes from that country, who comes from Pacific country, and they have done this, or are afraid to classify themselves. And this is the reason why I ask people, what is your classification? And you say, well, I'm a Black American. So what's that? I'm a Black American. Okay, what is that? If I looked it up, you know what Black means? If we're talking etymology, you know what Black means? Pale. And if you really want to get classical with it, means nothing. So you're calling yourself nothing as you're supposed to get something for reparations for that? That's one of the reasons why they're not getting their reparations. That's one of the reasons why you're calling yourself absolutely, positively nothing. And if you don't believe me, do your research. Go in the Black dictionary. I forgot what edition. I need to get the edition. It costs a lot of money, but you can get it on Amazon. I want you to look up these particular words because most of that stuff in the Black dictionary are etymologies. But y'all ain't convinced.
Once we are black because they said we were. As a matter of fact, they at one point said if you have one drop of black blood, you are black. Now those very people are saying somebody with half their DNA.
No. This is how this works. One drop of black, yes, you are African, but you have to claim as such. If you don't, because anybody can claim anything. I'm Irish. I got Irish. Guess what? I got Irish in my family. I got Irish. I got Indian. I got Irish, Indian. I think I have Jamaican. I have to go to my dad's side and ask. I got French, definitely in my family. But ultimately, does light escape darkness or does dark escape light? I'm going to ask again. Does light escape darkness or does darkness elude light? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Does lightness elude light? If I were to put light in the black hole, do you think it'll come out again? In the black hole, out in space, there is a black hole. If I put light or if I put anything in that black hole, does it come out? No. It gets sucked right in. So when they ask you, and plus she doesn't claim anything. She's been asked a whole bunch of questions and she's been eluding it each and every single time. But if people in here proclaim that she is black, I will give you that. I'm just going to ask a specific question. No, better yet, I'm going to ask this. Is she specifically going to give any type of tangibles for black people? That will be my first and only question for this live today. If you are a Kamala Harris supporter, I want to know specifically, tangible wise, economically, what is she planning on doing for her people? Since she proclaims it's her people, I would like to know. If you want my vote, if you want black people, especially black men who ain't going for the okie doke anymore, ask Angry Man, ask Anton, ask all these black men, ask them. They ain't going for it anymore, especially me. I ain't going for shit.
Being black, it is not black enough. It's interesting because VP Harris went to an HBCU, and if you look at the history of HBCUs, the initial students there, and a lot of the students there at HBCUs were the descendants of slave owners. And they all kind of looked like VP Harris. They were very biracial, but they didn't call them biracial back then. They didn't call them, biracial. They called them octoroons and quarteroons. They called them suckers. They were illegitimate children.
I got a friend who told me about this website. Now I'm spending
of slave owners. They were the product of, but one thing they weren't was ambiguous about who they were. They knew they were black. Everybody else knew they were black. Everybody. There was never a case for ambiguity. They knew exactly who they were. If you look at many of the initial, if you look at the sorority where Kamala Harris,
she doesn't wear sorority colors, which are pink and green. She doesn't wear them. I would like to see her once. I got AKA. I'm gonna ask my aunt because she's an AK. I'm gonna ask my youngest cousin who is an AK right with her. I'll even ask my aunt, which is 82 years of age. She's an AKA. Has she ever seen Kamala Harris at any the fraternity meetings?
He pledged many years ago. AKAs, look at their initial founders. They look a lot like her. These slaves, their mothers, and didn't want their children in the field, so they sent them off to college, HBCUs and the such. but defended Jim Crow and a white man who's telling a black woman what her nationality is, what her race is, and who is married to a white woman and has biracial kids. So that's one hell of a conundrum. They're telling people who they are. And, white people hate the term identify because they have always been the one who told us who we were. You don't have to self-identify. I'll do it for you. I'll tell you what you are. You're black. You're not.
And you think that's okay? So you think it's okay for a white man to tell you who you are, even though you have an identity that you could express to yourself? But he didn't want that identity for you. He wanted his identity for you as an African descendant. You're pathetic. And there are many, many tribes in Africa. Many tribes that if you were to do blood work, you do some research, you'll probably be part of those tribes. But most of you don't want to do any research anyway. Most of you don't. Most of you don't even care who you belong to. I could belong to this. I could belong to that. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. So if you belong to an Irish, if you belong to Irish, do you believe you belong in Ireland? If you had some Irish people in your family because the white man did grape your ancestors, and you particularly found out that this was your cousin, that was born in Ireland, do you believe that you're an Irishman? Okay, cool. So if the revelation comes and you're standing fighting for something that won't fight for you because of your ethnicity, because of your nationality, you believe that the Irish, the white folks, Europeans are going to fight for you. You believe in your mind whatever you want to believe. I gotta go. I really gotta go. But listen, love each and every single one of y'all. Y'all look great. This is going. This is some fake, phony ass people. But I get where they're coming from because they do this each and every single year. Ryder, ride for you. Sandra, thank you for showing up. We'll do this again sometime, but I got to go to my family and I got to eat some dinner. Bye, y'all.